Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. How are we? That's a great question, and one that we're trying to answer today. Pipe connector versus routers. So today is it's a weird one because originally Farmopolis I think was going to be one of the last packs before like 1.22. Then we ended up with Contained, and then that was going to be the last pack. And then we ended up with Submerged 2, which of course is going to be the last pack. Well, it was. Now I think we have one more 1.21 pack left in us. The question is, what do we do? Because the plan was to do Submerge 2 into 1.22, then update all the mods to 1.22, and then start making packs again. But 1.22 is probably still not coming for a while, which means we have time probably to do one more pack for 1.21.1. But as I say, the question is, what do we do? Because it's very weird, because usually I have 2 packs on the go at once, but I've been only pretty much working on Submerge 2. Thing is, I have a cure for spaghetti. I mean, Fishopolis is basically submerged. But yeah, basically, I want to try and get a feel of what people actually want to see next. Like, the problem is, I don't want to do something massive. Like, so this year, the 2 big packs we've had is Techopolis 3 and Submerge 2, and somewhat Contained. The other packs weren't really a major like time investment. But Submerge 2, Techopolis 3 are the big ones. I don't really want to do a pack that specifically targets a mod. I actually don't think that's a style that works. Well, it works, but not for the audience that we have, I don't think. So the next pack after Submerge was going to be some sort of cave style pack. But I think with the release of Stoneblock 4, probably don't need that yet. Yeah, I understand that, but I still don't think targeting a specific mod is well, not what I would want to do anyway. It's not what I would want to make. Besides, there's so many packs that do crate based mod packs. It's just so many. I need to be able to offer something different. That's a very contradicting statement. An expert pack that is easy. But it should be noted, we still haven't chosen an endgame for Submerged yet. So there's a good chance that some of that would ever come into it. So Contain started like that, like a compact claustrophobia kind of thing. But again, it didn't feel original enough, which is why it ended up turning into what it did. Contained was never meant to be space. If you're talking about mods like GregTech and stuff, a mere mention of GregTech, people are not going to play. No, I haven't played Factorio, no. I have absolutely no idea how we would do anything like teleport in a base. The trouble is, for 1.21, what have we actually made? That was my door. Yeah, I know 1.22 isn't this year. This is the whole point of this. I said the original plan was for, well, I'd say Farm Office would be the last one, and then 1.22, but it never happened. So then it was going to be Submerged 2 was the last 1.21 pack. Which is why there's no pack in the works now. Because the idea was to release this into 1.22 to update all the mods over a period of time and then go into a new pack. But I think it's going to be pushed back. So it'll be a new pack, then to 1.22. As I say, I have no idea how we're going to do something like that. Where the time runs out and it teleports you. No, I don't want to do Stone Block yet. But as I say, if there wasn't Stone Block 4, literally the last pack that Feet's done, then I probably would have looked at it. But no, it's too soon. And I don't want to do a sequel of a pack either. I want something different. Well, it needs to come because I'm getting bored of 1.21. That's way too similar to Tacopolis. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 packs on 1.21. We have Opolis Inc., contained Techopolis 3, Farmopolis, Skyopolis Evolved, and Gregopolis. And then Submerged 2 next. Yeah, maybe we do something that's story-based, a little bit story-based anyway. I mean, upgrading the multi-blocks is, again, it's very similar to what we did in Techopolis. And quite possibly something that we're doing in Submerged as well. But yeah, we've tackled, well, so we've done a sky block, we've done an overworld, we've done a space block, we've done sky / flat / grid / default in Tech 3. Obviously Inc was default, and I'm not adding create Gregopolis or whatever it's called. But Submerged is C block. So the logical one that is missing is stone. But again, I don't want to release a stone mod pack now. We have done a couple of kitchen things and they have never been popular. I can't even find it. So we did Omniopolis, which was 1.19.2. And then we did Communityopolis for 1.21.1. Communityopolis had 3,000 downloads. Put that into perspective, that's the same amount as Skyopolis 2. Again, I don't think Magic's something that people would want. That focus on Magic is not really there. I mean, if you look at all the Magic, which is the All the Mods pack, it's from all the mods, and they have only got 132,000 downloads. So I don't think a focus on Magic is, again, something that the majority of people want. Plus, I think we kind of touch on that a little bit in Submerged 2, where you have the option of some Magic mods. Yeah, but it's not that, because Britannia is in everything. I don't think you can judge a base based on a mod, especially a mod like Britannia that's so popular. But yeah, the idea is I don't really have many. Obviously, I think I said before we wanted to do a Opolis minigames series, which would be like a map like based thing. But I don't know if, for one, if I want to do it, or two, if there's actually an audience for that sort of thing. Because one of the ideas I had for the minigames was kind of like a zombie survival thing. We're using the Gateways to Eternity mod. I'm pretty sure you can summon those portals via command. But again, I don't know if it's something that we really want to dive into. What would Nuclearopolis be? But well, I don't understand what the end goal would be. You love multi-blocks, didn't you? The only other, so another one I was thinking of was Opolis Ages, kind of inspired by Sevtech, where you have like a normal world that has like nothing in it, and then you progress through like ages. The issue with that one is the fact that it's quite similar to, well, Sevtech and Techopolis. Yeah, I think a lot of people like the grind. But yeah, hit me up with any suggestions you have. But like, I'm really open to anything really. At least some ideas. I'd say I think the only real restriction I have on the ideas at the minute is something different. I don't want it to be a sequel to any of the packs we've already done. That rules out like Skyopolis, Seopolis, and a few others. And Stoneblock, obviously we're not doing Stoneblock. I mean, the other one is like some sort of Cobblemon. But again, I just don't think that's... Well, all the mods are doing one anyway, which is coming soon. So there'll be conflict there again. But maybe a Cobblemon pack, I don't know. We'll put Nuclear on there in case we come up with anything else to go with that. I suppose there is probably an option to do a Skyblock. Because Evolve wasn't really that. It was a different take on Skyblock. I guess another one would be a 1.21.10 pack. But then I'm not really sure what we target really with that. Thing is, we did just recently do a space one, so I probably don't want to do that. It's not a bad idea for something in the future. Skywalk will be starting the end of work to the overworld until you have all the materials to summon the Ender Dragon as a pet friend. That is random, but it sounds pretty cool. I have looked at end-based before, and the problem I had with it is I couldn't think of anything unique enough. Site of Void, where you have a cobble generator and a tree. You have to grind game resources, processing it into gravel and nuggets and such, and cobble gets processed for every single thing. So everything from cobblestone, basically. I mean, that's an interesting idea, actually. You absolutely love multi-blocks, don't you? Oh yeah, 100%. That's why custom machinery is so good. It looks at Techopolis 3. Maybe it's time for a desert one. Like Desertopolis 2. Possibly. With magic, you'd use various spells from Iron Spells or Arsenal. On specific catalysts, make resources cast an implosion spell on an inboard block of coal turns its diamond or a dispel on redstone gunpowder to heal the cauldron of water. Nuclear spells, moderate amounts of specific resources encourage you to automate them. That's an interesting way of doing it, yeah. Hey, welcome. I think magic would work as like an addition to a main idea. I don't think it should be the main idea, if that makes sense. As I say, in Submerged 2, you have the option of what mods do we have? I can't even remember. The Ars Nova and Nature's Aura. They're optional mods. So I think some magic worlds would work, but just not as the target, I think. Let me make a pinned comment quickly. Yeah, so we did. So the original Desertopolis wasn't like that at all, was it? The original, you just literally started in a desert biome, I think. But I think we could probably do something like that now. Bioopolis or Biopolis. A biomass-based mod pack. Everything is growing. You get machines to recycle stuff into biomass, and you can make stuff out of biomass. Combine the biomass, catalyst resources, compress biomass by machines, get harder blocks, grow ores. Machines extract underground roots and wood. Machines that use sunlight to grow biomass could be a rebuild the world type of regrowth, but core resources could be biomass. So you're talking like so I'm picturing like a overworld that's dead, and then yeah, you kind of like have to reclaim the land, I guess. We'll throw it on the list. See, this is the ideas I kind of like. These are the ones that are like completely different. Well, completely different to something that I've previously done. I'd say it's quite a weird thing for me not to be working on 2 packs at the same time. But maybe this is better. I do think the actual time frame of mod packs will slow down a bit now. Like how many have we released this year? Tech free. Tech free. I don't think Evolve was this year. Farmopolis was this year. Contained was this year. Is that it? Just the 3? I feel like last year we did a lot more. What do you mean machines that you have to grow? Yeah, interested to what you mean with that. Because well, depending on what it is, it depends on if we can already do it or not. Because in-world recipes already has a bunch of stuff that does stuff like that. Something like a 2x2x2 with an extra block becomes a 3x3x3 that can handle recipes. Maybe you plant a special sapling bowman and it becomes a multi-block. Well, multi-block placing is kind of, well, it doesn't really matter because we have Remopolis. I mean, Remopolis can place anything we need. So you'd literally just have a, I don't know if you play Techopolis Fruit, you'd have like a placer item that does that. I think you can do that now in custom machinery. With I think they have cores now. So before, obviously, it would only do one like a progress bar, say, per recipe. But now I'm pretty sure you can add multiples. So that could be something, yeah. Fight a living machine. Like a mech. I am leaning towards this. Submachine's growth stages, kind of like Mechanism, different tiers. So different tiers. I don't want to make it too similar to Techopolis though. So you're saying if we had, I don't know, something like this, and then that's the block there, and then an upgrade would be having, say, a trapdoor, like that or something, and then that would unlock another recipe type, maybe. Is that what you're kind of going for? Have to create a living machine to fight hordes of zombies. Again, that's something we could probably do. What do you mean? So like after a certain... So I'm trying to visualize how mechanically this works. So you saying after like a certain amount of time it changes into a different block? Like a different multi-block? What do you mean entity? Like a mob? I mean, technically you could do that, yeah. You could have a custom machine that did that. So maybe it gives you certain recipes and then you do a certain one that will upgrade it. Because you could definitely make custom machine you place blocks. Also, thank you for the follow. Like you could have this so it grows. So once this specific recipe completes, the block would then place like that. And then it would then validate for this multi-block to then unlock new recipes. And then you'd do it again. Like I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Let's get custom machinery in this. And Cube.js. And then reload. Visual Studio Code. Open folder. Test. CubeJS only supports blah 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 blah. Let me show you the screen, which is test. This one. So the auto growing thing, I do have an idea how that would work. So you'd have, yeah, I'd say it would be some sort of recipe that you'd need to do. Right, let's just create one. Getting told off by custom machinery. Where did it save it? Storage automation has some sort of pipes that pulse when setting items like Vainsburg. Yeah, there's no way we'd do anything like that. Why is this not working? There we go. How do I give myself that item? There we go. So you could do something like that. Welcome, welcome. Now what we need to do is find Decopolis 3. Something like that, and then I guess it would be custom machinery test. Okay. then we need an item, so require item. Sure, diamond works. And then what you could do is... Where did we do this before? Destroy and place on end. Must be like a place block on end. Where is the custom machinery whippy gone? And then we need Cube.js recipes. Biome block. It's block probably. Require block, place block on end. And then we'll say beacon. And then start X, start Y, start Z. So that would just be the position. So something like that. I don't know how this would start. Unless it can't replace itself. Place block on end. I'm just not sure actually if you can make it destroy itself. I mean, what if we did a block above? I'm not sure why this isn't starting. Well, I think the option around that would be that to upgrade the machine, or grow the machine, whatever we're going to call it, would require a certain recipe to be completed. And my question is, why is this not working? Unless there's a mod for it, I doubt it. So I'm not making a mod that does that. Yeah, no, it's good ideas. Thanks for stopping in. Is this like the wrong slot ID or something stupid? No, it's on input. ID, input, mode, both. You'd like to see more Space Marine mod packs like Factorio Ages, where each planet has its own challenge and puzzle to figure out progress. So that would basically be what Contained already is. And I'm not doing another Space mod pack already. Why is this not working? Yeah, so Contained, you start in like a box and then you expand out and you travel to different planets. I believe it's called Contained: A Space Adventure on CurseForge, because well, obviously Contained was already taken. No way this needs to have a output, surely. No. Yeah, no stress. The pack's not going anywhere. But yeah, you basically did explain exactly the premise of Contained. So it should be perfect for you. It's somewhat annoying me that this isn't working, because it should work. Maybe it doesn't like the custom machinery namespace. Well, I guess we'll restart. Yeah, this isn't a bad idea, to be fair. I guess the problem, well, not the problem, but one of the biggest things will be world gen. And this still isn't working. Require item. There's absolutely no reason why this doesn't work. Unless it's that. What on earth? But why on earth does place block on end stop the recipe working? There's no structure set for it. Why did an emerald end up in there? What on earth is it talking about? Am I reading this wrong? Place block on end. Why would that have any impact on starting the recipe? Use one of these methods to add a block requirement. Destroy block on start, destroy block on end, break block on start, break block on end, destroy and place block on start, destroy, destroy. Destroy and place block on start. Maybe that? Yeah, there you go. So that's how it would work, right? So this is the Moss Extractor 5000. And then it becomes a beacon. Or in that case, it would become another machine. Maybe that's something that mimics the growth sort of thing you could do. I mean, ideally you'd want it on the end anyway. So after the recipe completes, it turns into a beacon. What if this was all like iron blocks? Should do. Because all you're doing is setting blocks, so it should be fine. Not that it will be a beacon or it will be this structure, it will be anything like that. But that's just like a proof of concept. So that is something that we could possibly do. Yeah, no, it should work fine. What do we call it? What are we calling it? Like bio machine? So it could work like that. I mean, it is, as I say, the technology's there to do that if we wanted to. That's definitely the leading contender at the minute. So what other ideas have we got? stone block is still not on Curseforge. What is going on there? Oh wait, it is on Curseforge. Most important part of the changelog. Added mod BBL Rivers. Love to see it. Yeah, I think I always struggle with with the idea of an end one. I just don't see. I guess it's just not something that I would enjoy playing myself, so I don't really see the passion for it. I think you got to have like the drive and the passion for something like that. You can't force it. Like, is there any I guess a desert thing would fit that theme. Could be like a desert wasteland planet. Well, not planet, but overworld. And you could also throw in the nuclear stuff as well. Like that. Those three. Yeah, so this is what I've always said. So what was it, Stone Block? Not Stone Block, Stoneopolis started as an end-based pack. And then it ended up being like one and a bit chapters, maybe, I think. I wonder if it's possible to have irradiated points of interest that you have to make radiation-eating bacteria to be able to explore. It's definitely possible to do that, yeah. You just have to I don't know, it depends. It depends if you meant to explore biomes or structures. Because I think you could do both, but both would be slightly different systems. You could definitely well, we're doing it in Submerged. You could definitely add an effect to a player based on certain conditions. I don't know how you'd do like a radiation eater though. It would end up probably being like a suit of some description that you'd have to wear. So I wonder if this is leaning towards more of a picture like a nuclear kind of like wasteland. So there'll be like mutated mobs and stuff, and it would be quite hostile. Obviously there'll be like radiation stuff, and then maybe like one of the first quests is to find one of these structures, like the bio thing, and maybe that will give you like a where it could convert something into something that you could actually use, and then you'd have to set up your base around that, possibly. Yeah, you could definitely do stuff like that, yeah. Kind of like the idea of that, actually. So like a nuclear wasteland, loads of like abandoned structures and stuff. We could even use what was that city mod? The one that adds all the lost cities, wasn't it? Lost cities. The ones that add all the villages, the structures. We could have that as the base. Then I'd have to do some overworld stuff to make it like a wasteland. Add a ton of like hostile mobs, and then have this as like a structure or a block that you find in world. It has a radiation. Oh, it does actually have a radiation requirement, actually. But I don't think we could use that system, the mechanism one, because it disappears after a period of time. Plus, I don't think you could control, so I couldn't say like I only want these blocks to be radiated. it affects a much bigger area. I actually think I am leaning towards the nuclear bio-desert thing. Yeah, so I was thinking of pure like Overworld 2 for like overworld stuff. Well, not this, but radiated matter or something. It's possible to do something like that, yeah, but it wouldn't be through like a mechanism radiation. It would have to be completely custom, which is fine. I had a in Submerged 2. Where is it? Server events. Here we go. Player tick event. Just throw that in here. This basically checked for if you're in a range of a trial spawner to prevent you from breaking it. I knew that would happen. An up fine function is rain. I don't know if this is going to work. But there you go, you can see. So when I'm close to it, I have mining fatigue. But obviously it doesn't actually do anything because I didn't decide on using it. And then when I leave that area, I don't have it. So picture this as a radioactive stone. And then, unless if I get too close to it, I can take damage. And I'd probably do it proximity based, so the closer you get, the more damage you take. But all that can be done through QGIS, so that's fine. Yeah, so I think, oh God, this is going to be a big job doing the world. But yeah, I think we change everything in the world to, like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what the world would look like. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription as well. I mean, this will certainly be different. Well, different to anything that we've done. I had no idea that during the snow. Well, we'll probably have all the ores anyway. Because all the ores is the easiest one. Add basically any ore that we need. Yeah, would need a lot. But I think the overall world could be irradiated. So you could just do it if the player's in sunlight, or well, if they can see the sky, I guess, take damage. The real question is what kind of environment would we want? Because you'd either have a like a wasteland overworld or a desert, I think. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't got to be scientifically accurate. We don't need to worry about forum and all that stuff. But there is nuclear science mod. As of the 1st of June 2025, all updates for AMPS mod will require Voltic API, blah, 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 blah. Nuclear science tends to relieve the burden of electricity generation in Minecraft. Advanced technologies like fusion and fission alongside particle accelerators are included. Antimatter and dark matter also exist. Other than providing energy, the mod adds elements of nuclear physics to the game, making the gameplay more scientific and realistic. What is electrodynamics? Oh, I've seen this. Actually, we could use a completely new line of mods as well. This, whatever this is. Only problem with this, it hasn't been updated in a while. There's electrodynamics, ballistic missiles, assembly lines. This adds like conveyors. Yeah, I think Overworld probably does slightly favour this. And I think Desertopolis could be a different thing anyway. Let's add all this. Just to have a little look. Blastcraft. So it uses well, I say uses, it's inspired by Volts by the looks of it, the Volts mod pack, which is an older pack that used to have like I can't remember what the actual aim of the pack was, but it had like missiles and stuff that you could fire at other people's bases. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That my CurseForge account is 10 years old as well. So this nuclear science one has actually been around for a long while. So is it actually the one that was used in Volts? 1.7.10. Volts was 1.7.5, so maybe not. Now let's see. We've got loads of wires. Wire mill. All the oils you could imagine. So maybe probably wouldn't need all the oils for this. What is it, spike? Probably a mill. An attractive grenade. Interesting. cheap iron fun. So you need power. Oh my god. That looks horrific. God, that looks so bad. Why does that look so weird? I don't know if I can get over this. How weird this looks. Speaking of nuclear bases, leftover bots instead of mutants, they could be scattered around. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It depends if this is actually the idea we're going with. As I say, I think we could probably scrap that and that. And that. And probably that. So it does leave this sort of thing. I don't like the idea of just doing that though. Oh, they had like irradiated soil. And they had radiation. And I died of radiation. And appear to be dying again of radiation. I thought the what on earth? I thought the would be driven by a tick, but obviously not. Yeah, I am leaning towards this more than the other couple of ideas. Good morning. A big part of progression could be transformed with biomes. Many biome machines can't survive the wasteland, so you need to transform it. Say there's plains machines survive. The real question is that possible? The answer is probably no. I don't think you can change biomes, can you? The only other problem with that as well, if you're doing like, say, specialized in biomes, is how would they actually spawn? Would they spawn in the world, or are you converting them? Or there's so many things. There's probably mods or something that can do it. It's just how it would interact with custom machinery. I thought there was a biome command, to be fair. Oh, there is /fill biome. Okay, yeah, that should be fine then. Badlands, replace this. I mean, I don't know how this will work. Oh, it's because I've done it in one position. Hang on. Yeah, so that does work. Trouble, God, this could be tricky though, because biome. There's that, or you'd have to make a like a containment barrier or something that would go around the machine. Yeah, like a biosphere sort of thing, yeah. Garden of Glass, that was Skyblock, wasn't it? What I really want to try is this nuke. I like the way it travels. What I'd like to know is the radiation is based on touching the soil or not. It's not. Now what happens if we reload? Is the particle still there? No. I mean, if we do this, I think this is probably the... because we can use this soil. Interesting that they haven't got all their blocks in JI. Which is a little bit annoying. What on earth is this? So we have radioactive processes, particle collisions, nuclear boiler, fuel reprocessor, fission reactor, chemical extractor, wire mill, furnace, alloyer, chemical furnace, mineral washer, mineral grinder, mineral crusher, a lathe, a gas collector. Biome is never. That's pretty cool. So you could actually collect gas from certain biomes. Fluid evaporator. Fermentation plants. Oof. It's a lot. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I don't know about this though. The nuke side, I mean. Yeah, Ben Voice. There should be another Ben Voice stream on Friday, I think. So these nukes are really cool. It's actually quite cleverly done because the effect is staggered, so it doesn't cause like massive world delays. I do think it's either we go for this wasteland, not necessarily nuclear, but wasteland style, or we go desert. It's interesting the particles. You go out of the range and then go back. Re-explode. Yeah, it's just the overall feeling if we went for nuclear or non-nuclear. Because if we go nuclear, we're going to have all this. Which is quite a lot. And there's a crate add-on for nuclear. Bunkers, machines, and nuclear weapons. Yeah, that's the thing. It needs to be different. Let me check this pack. Reclamation, reclaim the world. Kind of what it was. There is that there's a mod that adds skills, isn't there? Is it Pufferfish skill tree? Add skill frameworks, configurable skill system, and has a dedicated online editor to make it designing skills layouts easier. Recommend the creating skill tree tutorial. So I'm thinking you start off and you can't even jump. Like you literally can't do anything. And then a skill could be surviving certain types of radiation in the world. Let's have a look at this tutorial. Template generator. Enter a name for your project. Namespace. Description. Game version. Mod loaders. Generate and download. So this makes the whole thing for you. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We could actually, if we did a skill-based thing, we could actually really like you're a player that's survived it, but you were in a really bad way. So you have like 2 or 3 hearts of health. You can't jump, you can't run, you can't crouch, you can't do anything. Or you're only crawling. You can't walk. I'm actually kind of getting excited about this. The skill system could actually make this feel completely different. Yeah, we could have like acid rain. Any rain could be acid rain. That'll be doable as well. That's easy. Literally just copy what we've done in Submerge for that. It's fine. Probably. Weather storms and tornadoes. I think it's just like tornadoes and stuff. Lightning storms. Well, I mean, let's just add it and just have it. I say the theming I think is right. I just don't think the mods are. But I really like the idea of the skill tree where you have like you're just absolutely useless at the beginning. But this would be more gated to survival, yeah. We need hardcore mode. Is that even a thing anymore? Nah, hardcore questions does exist. For 1.21.1. Though if there was something that had the lives. The life-based thing would be quite nice. There must be like a life thing anyway. Surely there's a mod that does lives. Limited lives. 3 lives with a tryst. Start with 3 hearts and a green username. When you die, you lose 1 of your hearts and the username turns yellow. If you die again, you lose another heart and your username turns red. If you die a 3rd time, you're spent in spectator mode, thus killing you. You can get extra lives. Oh, so when you die and you end up in spectator, if you go to a reviver, whilst in spectator, you can actually interact with it and come back to life, so you're kind of like a ghost. That's quite cool. What did we add? Oh, just... Look at these. Firenado. Guys, I think we'd probably go with this over. Yeah, I guess Kill Storm's just, yeah. The trouble is, just teleport far away. Preferably not in an ocean. I doubt that would stop it, to be fair. Brick, I guess. I don't even know what I did there. The thing is, if you stop the blocks, it kind of takes away from it. Look at the mobs. We can try it, we can claim it and see. Look how many tornadoes there are. Did this ruin the ground before? We know that one did. Yeah, but that's a hard one because I think that would take a lot away from it. It definitely didn't do any damage to the ground when it was claimed. Yeah, maybe that is how you'd survive. Yeah, which yeah is kind of the point, I guess. Let's see how safe we are. This one not take blocks. GG. Maybe they don't actually take blocks. I could have sworn they did, but... Don't know how many there are, but there's a lot. I wonder if there's a tag. Can't see it there. Minecraft, 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 stones, blocks, Minecraft, 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 Minecraft. Yeah. Like the doors definitely got destroyed. And glass. actually no config for it. Yeah, it doesn't seem to. Oh, no, it does break. Interesting. So it converts grass to dirt. Doesn't destroy logs. Does it? I mean, definitely destroyed birch, but not oak. It destroyed oak, though. And obviously, it takes all the leaves, just throws them out. Gravel I saw as well. Yeah, so it definitely takes birch. Well, yeah, that is true. My biggest worry is it won't be oak trees, so I need to understand what blocks it takes. It was updated today, which is unbelievable. Oh no, it wasn't. It was updated in August. I don't know why Cursor says it's updated today. Is there radar? Not for that. Where is this? Or the oak tree is generated by another mod / biobot that is not recognised by the storm mod. Well, it'd only be vanilla generation. We haven't really added anything else. I have to say it sucks that it isn't a config. Or there is no sort of config or no sort of tags. Let's look at the source. So let's just search for oak. Scene enhancer. To do tags. Okay. Collections.add all leaf blocks, oak leaves, spruce, birch, jungle acacia, cherry, dark oak, mangrove, azalea, and flowering azalea. That's called the scene enhancer. That's only on the client. Door. Weather 2 config. String tornado, storm tornado, grab list. So there is a config. But where is this config? Search. I just can't find it. So, according to the config, but I don't know where the config actually is. Unless it's in server. Actually. What world is this? New World 2. Server config. Nope, just ranks. Here it is. Mist. Tornado. Doors. Here we go. Tornado grab list. Fence, fence gates, doors, stairs, slabs, flowers, planks, wall, trapdoors, pressure plates, blinds, saplings, banners, leaves, flowers, beds, tall flowers, flowers, candles, wall signs, signs, fire, campfire, plants, wall post overrides. Must be something for grass. Prevents tearing up of dirt, grass, sand, and logs. So it is actually quite configurable. Make tornadoes initially head towards the closest player. So it could be a world that's being destroyed via storms. So the wind speed changes how fast it goes. Well, the good thing is that it is configurable. Which one rips up all the dirt? Snowstorm. Does this actually place snow? Let's see. I did play some snow. There's probably a way you can detect what current storm is active as well. So if you're caught out in it, you can probably take damage. Does it actually have a damage option? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we probably need to boost the chances as well. I mean, you can see it takes planks. It's a big tornado. The only real concern is performance. How is this sugarcane? It's not going to be an exact copy of that, though. I mean, we want to do something differently. Or just live underground. I think what we probably will end dirt and the sand to the list of blocks that it can take to kind of force the player to actually build underground, etc. Yeah, I don't know. There's some interesting ideas. I'm leaning more towards this, but it feels like it's going to be a big job. Plus, I have no idea what to even call this. Yeah, it's true. I'll start every pack with the hope that it won't be as big as the last one, and then they always end up being bigger than the last one. As opposed to like the nuclear wasteland, because I still think we could do a lot of the stuff we want to do. I do like the I do think we use skills and have it so you can't even jump. I think that's quite an interesting thing to do. Really limit the player. the skills work for crafting. There is clearly an issue with this mod as well. Which could be a bit of a problem. Error sending packet. How to encode whether NBT client. I mean, if this mod hasn't been updated for that long, is it actually ever going to fix that? Yeah, we could do like salt water. Or make everything only global in the cloche. I mean, we need to check the GitHub for this. There's 184 issues. About to encode packet, yep. This was reported on the 27th of August, and it has absolutely... Well, it has another response by someone complaining about the same thing. But not fixed. So this might be out of the question. Apparently you can't craft any of the items either. Who actually makes this? It's the same dev that makes the what are they up to thing. So it's interesting that it's not well, fixed. I mean, option 3 is a zombie apocalypse. Because I'm not happy using this mod if it's not been updated. Especially as it's a, well, it will be a core part of the pack. Yeah, it might be good as like a client side thing. Doesn't really add anything though. What does it do? Just add different clouds. Temperature, humidity, pressure. This is just all for weather though. Calculations behind the scenes using a mirrored world biome map. So they have another dimension running everything, I guess. It's interesting, but it's probably not what we're looking for. Hey, hey, hey. I actually don't think this is probably going to be possible, you know? I'm more leaning towards not doing it now. At least my wall didn't break. I wonder if we can do the same sort of idea, but as a skyblock. Like the whole like multi-block thing that expands. How do I make this place bug? Why is that having a go at me? Moved it already. Found files in legacy folder machines. To make CM work correctly, please move these files to the correct folder. Machine. It's in machine. Yeah, I don't know. So I like the idea of this kind of like wasteland overworld thing, but the more I think about it, the more I think about the amount of work that would have to go into it, and well, mainly the mods not being there to support it really. I think I do like the idea of the custom machine. It's not a question of putting in the work. I just don't want to make 17 mods for it. Because the weather mod's not getting updated, so we can't use that. The nukes and stuff for Wastelands, it just doesn't feel like it's going to be fun. Again, I just don't know if I feel a desert Oculus 2 yet. I mean, the other option is to do nothing and wait for 1.22. I didn't even know he was working on the Journey to the Core 2. Yeah, see, this is... Do you know what? This is another big problem already with doing this. All it's going to get compared to is Reclamation. That's like the third time it's been mentioned already. Yeah, I'm complaining. I'm being Tycho. Yeah, I had no idea he was even working on Journey to the Core 2. There is early access apparently. Apparently I can't even open Patreon, so that's good. I didn't even notice. Thanks for the sub. Exoid, do you want to make a mod pack with me? A skyblock is another idea, yeah. The problem with that is Curseforge, because they make Skyblocks Evolved featured, so it feels like it's going to be too soon again. Honestly, we have just kind of run out of mods, which sounds nuts for 1.21. Again, that's too similar to Contain. Yeah, it's fine, Exoid. I'm just taking a joke. Yeah, but you did go to planets. We literally have tech free to the skies. I don't think people realise how much work went into tech free. I mean, I don't know of any other pack that supported 4 different world types with 4 different like recipes that you never had to change a single thing for as a client or as a player. Everything just worked. Even on server side, it worked. I'm pretty sure that was already deleted off the list. It was right there. Yeah, so I don't actually think people realise the amount of stuff that went into tech free. Absolutely insane. Lava pack. Thing is, it's working out a time frame of when all this is even going to happen, because Submerged 2 is... I'm going to say Submerged 2 is good enough to release already. But there's still quite a bit I want to actually add. So I probably won't... It's hard to say if it will be this side of the year or not. Yeah, Submerged 2, I'm really enjoying playing it, to be fair. The spheres are so good. Like the ability to actually see what you're placing. And I think not the end game, but the third or fourth quests with the mechanism stuff, which is like completely different, and then Infinity Drives, which is different. The dragons are cool as well, actually. I am wondering if I use the upgraded machine thing in Submerged instead. I think that would be quite cool in there. But then it kind of leaves us with 0 ideas for the next pack. 2 hours and 25 minutes and we're back to square one. Yeah, but now I don't think we want to do that. Is it time to do like a never survival one? Hey Sazabi. Good news, Stoneblock is on Curseforge. Yeah, but then you'd have to reset the quests and stuff. We've already tested it, as you can see, with this big giant hole. So the actual idea we had was a wasteland thing. You'd find this bio block thing. You'd give it a recipe, and then it would transform. Well, it'd be more of a never survival. There isn't even an FTB delete. What do you mean without all the blocks? I should definitely have that. Because I've been creative on a cheat server. Semi-void with just lava and buildings. To be fair, I was thinking more of a full never. Oh yeah, it might be that. I think that would absolutely suck though, if you're a player. Say you're halfway through the pack, and then you lost everything. But I suppose it's preventable, maybe. Oh, we could have a subscription. You have to pay to get your base back. That's a great idea. However, that would require me to actually have watched the Minecraft movie. Yeah, we could do that. Oh no. A Chaos Guardian has spawned in your base. You've just lost all your lives. Would you like to continue? Please pay £10 here. I think that's a perfectly valid model. No. I haven't watched it like anything this year. I can tell you what. Well, I don't even know what films released this year. Yeah, I haven't seen a single one of these films this year. Oh, well, I can't get onto Patreon, so you know. Yeah, no, I haven't seen any films of this year apparently. I'm trying to even think what I've watched this year. I've watched Gen V. I watched Fantastic Four actually because that came out on Disney Plus. That was alright. That actually might be it. Paid tiers get more lives, yeah. No, see, it should be everyone gets one life and then you pay for extra lives. Yeah, I like Gen V. Gen V was quite good. No, £100. No virtual currency here. Cold hard cash. Can't help noticing that we've now been on stream for 2.5 hours and nowhere near an idea. 0.001 Bitcoin per life. Yeah, exactly. The Mega Ultra Pickaxe for $9.99. Current ideas, Nuclear Wasteland has kind of been scrapped. Because I think it's going to be a hell of a lot of work. And I think we're going to need too many custom mods. And I do not want to really make any more mods. I can show you the reason why I don't actually. Because I've scared myself. I'm not even sure if this is everything. This. Look at this. This is everything that needs to be updated for 1.22 when it eventually comes. I can note a few of them which are going to be horrendous. Actually, this says hardware. This is not too bad because Core is actually already on 1.10. Yeah, I needed a spreadsheet. The funniest thing is, there's a couple of mods on here that are not even on 1.21. Like the No Rain Fog mod. You know, like smart crafting as well. That's a good one. Note, this is going to be hell. Casting is turning into 3 mods. Casting, well, I don't know if I've called it casting core or just casting. Casting multi-blocks and then casting tools. Because updating anything in the tool part of casting is really annoying. Oh yeah, routers is going to be hell on earth as well. Because of the... So, by the time whatever the version list is that comes, there's going to be item handlers and then there's going to be the new system. So either routers is going to have to support one or the other or both. And if it's both, it's got to support 2 types of item handler things, 2 types of fluids, 2 types of chem, everything. Which is not going to be fun at all. And you got pinatas at the bottom, which is the from the shops mod. Casting's the one that's going to take so much time. A lot of them are not going to be that bad. Like, smart crafting is easy. Like, really easy. The tricky bit is the well, because the client doesn't have access to to recipes anymore, so you have to sync all of that, which is the same issue with a lot of this. To be fair, the cloche is going to be the same because it's going to need access to the client side recipes for slots and stuff. Shop shouldn't be too bad. Well, yeah, no, it shouldn't be too bad. Flight blocks again, that shouldn't be too bad. There's a couple that are like compat already depends on what's already out there. Places depends on how easy I make Rumopolis. Rumopolis is confusing because there's so much networking. It's surprising the amount of networking that's in that mod. And networking's changed a little bit as well. How did we get on the subject of this? Never. That's true. So what are we looking at now then? So potentially, so I think this is gone. Never. Skyblock. I'm quite open to anything. It's just as long as it's something that I'm going to be interested in making, then it doesn't really bother me. A never based one could be interesting. For what, a never base pack? What about Untimeless? A non-lore based pack. State of these belts, honestly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There is a little bit of lore in Submerge. Oh, did I get rid of it? I might have actually got rid of it. I think I did. I think I replaced the lore with just random information. Listen, the only lore in my mod packs is the name. That's all that's needed. I understand it's not the same lore, but it's the only lore you're going to get. Yeah, exactly. Your lore was really good for it as well, to be fair. Look at the way it's spewing out particles. I thought this had root in it. It does. Oh, this still got the old version. It's scary, but I do actually kind of agree. It could be a Desertopolis play. But the question is how much of it's going to be stuff we've already done. And then what's going to be different about it, I guess. Yeah, but then what? Sure, we can add all the I think, do you know what? The thing is with Desert Obelisk, when I did the is it Tough as Nails? One of them. Whatever mod had the first and the heat. It was very easy. Thing is, the Nether's a weird one as well. Skyblock's an interesting idea. Like an actual proper Skyblocks, but again, it's a what do we do with it? Because I don't particularly want to be using strainers again. Because so strainers is there in some of the packs just to mainly feel like a void for getting random stuff. But in Submerged, it's most definitely needed. The only other thing I was thinking, and someone did actually suggest this a while ago, was to have a community mod pack again, where it's completely open source. So I just don't know how that would look, and I don't know what the end goal would be. Either. I'm open to any. Big problem there is create. Yeah, like a repo, yeah. Like Farmopolis is actually on GitHub. We did GeoWars in Contained. My dog has literally got about 1,000 tennis balls out and just throwing them around. Multi-machine resource gen. Requires like a core sample. I don't know what you mean. Fluid cows they're a hard one as well because they make things way too easy. What about a Skyblock that uses what's those what's it called? The block that you break? One block or something? Is it one block? No, it won't be stuff like all randomizer, but one block. It probably won't be that. I'll probably do it in custom machinery. Yeah, so you could have like a one block like this, but driven by custom machinery. Break. And then it spawns another one. Break again. Break again. And then maybe you can have upgrade strip. Yeah, pretty much what we had in campaign. That's the problem with that. But definitely not using resource blocks again. I think this would be different enough to contain. I mean, this is clearly a bug as well. Because 2 should not be... Well, why is 1 on block? That would probably require a custom mod. We've done so many ideas now. Because even that, even if you more think about it, that's kind of similar to resource fish. Yeah, possibly. Oh, obviously, we've been disconnected. I think we could do a Nether based, like a full Nether, with like a bunch of mods that make the Nether harder and more mobs and stuff like that, and still use the idea of the bio thing. And you can convert like some of the Nether organic stuff into, well, useful stuff. Nether base using Seopolis 2 lava fluid. What is Seopolis 2 lava fluid? Need to use barrels to convert lava using blocks underneath. I don't really know what you mean. Barrels from what? In Theopolis 2, you converted lava into blocks using colored lava. Did we? I don't think we did. I feel like I'd have remembered that. No, I know what you're saying now. So we had ex Nioho and we had the barrels that turned into organic fluids. Random idea, but something like Desertopolis on Frozenopolis. But it's in Nether and Hell was frozen over. I mean, you can turn the whole of the lava in Nether to ice if you wanted. Yeah, I vaguely remember. I just watched a YouTube video on Submerged 2. Now my dog's complaining that she's lost a tennis ball. Oh yeah, obsidian would work. But you'd have to do the whole layer. Yeah, I do. She's laying on the floor by the teddy, moaning because the ball was rolled a little bit too far away from her, and she can't bother to move again. Can you hear her? It's just moaning away over there. Nah, it's really easy, World-Gen. Hear her now, still? All because she won't move to get the ball. She's so lazy. Well, we've got a couple of ideas. Didn't know Cloudflare was down. Is that why I couldn't get onto Patreon? 5 years. You should be so lucky. Yeah, I think we've got a couple of ideas. The more I think about 11, the more I'm leaning against it. This, however, it's, or we just don't do community. Because the problem I have is I don't know how much time I'm going to need to commit to this. Purely based on, obviously, my mum's health and stuff, and 1.22, we need to do all the mods and stuff eventually. Seopolis is coming out within, what, a couple of months the latest. So that will be January, February, March time. Still maybe working on Submerged. Which means the next pack would be maybe June. Whereas if we did something like Community Optics, we'd probably launch it before Submerged. Because I really like the idea of showcasing like mods that not necessarily have a place in some of the packs. Like there's a really cool yeah, I want to say it's kind of like Mechanism, but it doesn't really fit Submerged, unfortunately. But it's a really good mod. It'd be nice to like showcase mods like that. But I think what I'll do is I'll put a poll out in a bit. Actually, I need to do an update thing as well. I'll do a poll with probably Skyblock using some sort of one block system. A Desert Obelisk, a Never, and then a community one. What was the other one? Skyblock, Never, community. Was there one more? Skybees with resource fish. Right, let's call it there then. If anyone does have any more ideas, feel free to PM me. Or just ping me on Discord or whatever, I don't care. Oh yeah. And I think they're the four main ones. I'd say I think the Reclaim the World thing, I don't think is probably not the right time. I'd say if I was voting, I'd probably say the Skyblock, community, Never, Desert. I think that would be my order. Which could be done. Actually, I do want to look at FTB bases. But then we'd need like a hub area and stuff. I just like Skyblock Builder. I think Skyblock Builder is quite elegant in the way it does it. And it works for like normal world types. swear, I always miss people that are actually playing Seopolis. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. I say there should be another talking stream Friday, and if we have an idea to roll with, we might actually start working on that on Friday. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Probably doing Submerged. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. See ya.